I love Spider-Man. I love the movies. I love the video games. I love the powers. I love the wall crawling, the super strength, the swinging around the city, the shooting white sticky stuff at old man's face. What the fuck did I just say? Overall, I love Spider-Man. He's one of my favorite superheroes of all time. But one thing I didn't love about Spider-Man is the comics. And it can all be traced down to one guy. Paul. This motherfucker destroyed all of Spider-Man comics in just one issue. Now, I'm pretty sure I'm not the only one who's talked about this, but modern Spider-Man comics kind of suck. They've been sucking for quite some time, but it's really hit a new low these days. And honestly, it's not good. It's not good whatsoever. And it's honestly a whole slap in the face to the last run, which was also not great, but it has some good things going for it. But then this run came along and just slapped that other run into the face. It slapped it, it ran a car over it, it stole its dog. It is just a bad run, and it's an evil run because of this man right here, Paul. This man ruined all of comics. Also the editor and the writer, but mostly this guy. He ruined all of Spider-Man with just one issue. Now, I know you're wondering, who is Paul? Who is this evil, maniacal devil of a man? Well, let me get into it, why don't I? In the comics, Paul is the son of an evil demon man who destroyed his entire universe and wants to destroy this universe. You see, I told you, he's evil. He's totally evil. And guess what? The most worst thing Paul has ever done, other than help his dad destroy his entire universe, is take Mary Jane from Peter Parker. That's right, Peter Parker gets cucked in this entire volume of Spider-Man, this entire run. And it is really freaking bad. Let me get into the context. Basically, Peter and MJ, they were together, they were just walking along until this giant storm came out of nowhere. And out of the storm came this like monster thing. I'm trying to remember, it's been a while since I read this comic, but I think it's for the best to me because honestly, it gave me some trauma. I feel like I'm back at Nam every time I think about this comic. It's that bad. It's that terrible. Honestly. But anyway, as I was saying, this monster comes out and tries to fight Spider-Man because he wants to kill him. But unfortunately, they were taken to another universe. Along with MJ, not just Peter, also MJ as well. And there they meet Paul, this motherfucker, this piece of shit Paul. They meet him and he tricks them into thinking that he's a good guy, but he isn't. We know your lies, Paul. We know about your lies and your mishaps. We know who you are. But anyway, while Peter was trying to find a way to get back to his dimension, the monster came again and tried to kill him. Luckily, he found a little device that would send him back to his dimension, but it would only take one person back, and he wanted to send Mary Jane back. Unfortunately, that didn't work out because Mary Jane, being sort of the best person ever, at least until later after this issue, decided to go and push Peter into the dimension so he would be back into the Marvel Universe, and then he could find a way to save MJ and that motherfucker Paul. Anyway, hijinks ensue. Peter steals from the Fantastic Four for some reason. Why he didn't just ask for their help instead of just, stealing from them and fighting them, I don't know. They basically consider him family, so I don't know why wouldn't he just talk to them. Again, as I said, this run is terrible. It fucking sucks. It destroyed Peter Parker, but let me just get through this. As I was saying, he stole from the Fantastic Four. He needed something that could create enough power so he could tear through dimensions again. He managed to do it with the help of Norman Osborn. That's right, he's working with Norman Osborn now because he's good. And that's an entire other run that I don't really feel like getting into. But anyway, Norman Osborn is good now, and now he wants to help Peter. And while that's happening, in the other dimension, apparently time flies very weirdly. So like 3 years is passing while Peter is out trying to find a way to get back to MJ. And as this is happening, MJ and Paul get close. Paul steals MJ from Peter in this dimension. He and his disgusting Riz takes MJ for his own. Also, there's like 2 children that they find, but that doesn't matter. He takes MJ from him. And she's just like, you know what? Since Peter isn't here, I may as well just stay with you. Because I guess she just isn't faithful anymore. I guess she just doesn't love Peter that way. She just isn't a faithful woman. So this run not only destroys Peter Parker, it destroys MJ's character. Total character assassination. But anyway, Peter finds a way to get to MJ and Paul. And then, once he saves them and saves the 2 kids that MJ and Paul have that they basically adopted, MJ's just like, yeah, I don't want to be with you anymore. I'm with Paul now, and we have 2 kids. Sorry, Peter, bye. I know we've had, like, tons of screw-ups, and we're trying to get together, and you might have tried to marry me, and we were literally going to live together, but that doesn't matter anymore. I love this guy more than I love you. So, see you, Peter. Goodbye, Peter. And that's the end of that. Their relationship ends after that entire run from, a couple years ago. They're now broken up in the worst way possible, too. It's like, it's not even a conversation that they have. MJ just suddenly doesn't love Peter anymore and is actually mad at him for taking so long. It's like, bitch, you forced me out of this. What the fuck? Yeah, this run is absolutely terrible. Also in this run, Peter doesn't win a single fight. Every single fight he has, he loses. He lost to fucking Tombstone. Fucking Tombstone. Maybe if this was Spectacular Spider-Man, I would understand, but this is Tombstone, and this is Peter Parker in his prime. How can he lose to Tombstone, and he lost to fucking Vulture? Vulture, yes, the old man with wings. He lost to that guy. The guy he fought and beat when he was 15 years old. That's the guy he lost to. He lost so bad that he had to cry to Norman Osborn once again to save him so he could get this ugly-ass fucking suit to beat Vulture. It's just terrible. He keeps losing all of his battles. And also, not an universe thing, but the art. Listen, I love John Romita Jr. I like a lot of his work. His 90s stuff is incredible. But my god, the coloring does not do his work any favors. It is just not good. All the faces are all boxy and weird, and the coloring is just too gray and kind of gross to look at. What the hell is going on here? What is this? What is this that I'm looking at? I don't know. And apparently John Romita Jr. doesn't know either because he keeps changing faces throughout issues for some reason. Yeah, this run is it's just bad, honestly. It's not even fun. Don't get me wrong. There are some fun parts. Like I liked one of the parts where Peter went to hell to help his clone. By the way, Ben Reilly is in this run as well, and now he's evil again and totally character assassinated too with another like crossover event that happened called the Dark Web with the X-Men. That was shitty. That was pretty terrible. A character assassinated Ben Reilly, and they never tried to heal him or help him or anything. So that was pretty terrible. But yeah, he's alive. But when Peter was in like hell, this little imp turned into like a sort of Looney Tunes version of Spider-Man, and I guess that was pretty fun. I think mostly because of Ed McGuinness's art, to be honest, but that was a fun little thing. And there are also some fun bits in here, but for the most part, it's just all shit, honestly. It's just all character assassination and Peter always losing and being emasculated, and it's really bad. It's just really bad. He does get with Black Cat though, but she's basically just his rebound girl, and honestly, that's kind of disgusting when you think about it. And they break up anyway, so it doesn't even matter. So, like, yeah, Peter can't keep a job. He's back to being broke again. He's working with fucking Norman Osborn, which is weird and gross. And he keeps losing all of his battles. So, yeah, that's just great. And you know what the best part is? The best part of this is Spider-Man is a great superhero when he's outside of his own books. Like, if you read Spider-Man when he's being written by Chip Zdarsky and Chip's Daredevil run, he's great. He's characterized amazingly. But ironically, in his own book, he's characterized as a loser who can't get his life together and is always broke and is always breaking up with his girlfriend. And it sucks. Like, the disrespect for this character is just off the walls. It is just absolutely awful. And that's why, dear viewers, you should read Ultimate Spider-Man by Jonathan Hickman and Marco Checchetto, because it is actually a good run that respects Peter Parker. Not this fucking abomination, disgusting throw-up shit that you see before your eyes. Also, fuck Paul. The guy deserves to die the deepest depths of hell. I don't like him, and neither should you. But yeah, this was just a little rant about modern Spider-Man comics. I absolutely hate these comics now, honestly. I wish they would do my boy better. I hope it does get better, honestly. Apparently this run is supposed to keep going up until like issue 50 or something. So hopefully the editing team manages to get a good writer and hopefully a new editor so we could get back to having good Spider-Man comics, because we haven't had actual great runs since the early 2000s with J. Michael Straczynski, honestly. Dan Slott's run had some good stuff here and there, but for the most part, it's just kind of blah. It's all very mid. The ideas were good, but the execution always came off as mid and weird. And the way Dan Slott characterized Peter is just not very fun. At least not to me, not very good. At least he was always doing stuff, but here, he's just the fucking loser all the time. Also, Miss Marvel died in this run, and nobody fucking cares because she didn't even have a run going on, and so she was just pushed into Amazing Spider-Man only to die, and then she was like brought back 2 months later in an X-Men book. So yeah, that was a thing that happened. Thanks, Marvel. That was cool. Good job there. You guys did really good. But yeah, this was just a quick little video I wanted to think about because these new Spider-Man comics, they're really fucking aggravating me. It's also to say that you should definitely read Ultimate Spider-Man by Jonathan Hickman because, as I said, that is a run that totally respects the character. It's set in the new Ultimate Universe. By the way, there's a new Ultimate Universe that's sort of happening with Marvel again. There was like an old Ultimate Universe, and that was pretty cool. Well, not really. Ultimate Spider-Man was literally the only good book in that entire like universe that was going on in the Ultimate Universe. But now in the new universe, we got a new Ultimate Spider-Man with Peter Parker being married to MJ finally, and even having 2 kids. And it actually respects his character. And so, honestly, this is really just a commercial, so you guys read Ultimate Spider-Man because it's actually really fucking good, and Marco Checchetto is a great artist, and you should really check him out. But yeah, that's it for today. Like, comment, subscribe, please and thank you. Put me in the algorithm. Comment down below on what other stuff you want me to talk about, and I'll see you next time.